Well, recently, Irv Gotti, he was the CEO of Murder Inc., ended up changing the name to The Inc., recently passed away. Irv Gotti, had a lot of issues. A year prior, he had a stroke. And in interviews, Irv Gotti was saying that, diabetes is really, tearing me up within the inside of himself. And Irv Gotti had went to the hospital. He was in there. They said he was, not waking up, and he ended up passing away. Now, Irv Gotti, he's responsible for acts like Ja Rule. You remember Ja Rule, definitely Ashanti, and many others. And definitely I want to, send my condolences to Irv Gotti's family, for sure. But, 50 Cent. Let me get to 50. So 50 had issues, of course, with Irv Gotti from back in the day. And I understand people had their beefs. I get it. But 50's type of person is, if I beef with you, we beef forever. He's that kind of person. Me, if I have an issue, let's say me, how I am. If me and you got an issue and I'm like, okay, we don't see eye to eye, I'm going to be like, man, you go your way, I go my way, whatever. And that's just the end of it, right? If I don't talk to you in 10 years, 20 years, man, I'll be like, man, what are we beefing about again? I totally forgot. I've been so busy, right? But 50 not like that. 50's the type of dude that he's going to beef with you. And recently he had posted a picture on Instagram. And he was saying that he was smoking on that Gotti pack, or he had a hookah with a RIP tombstone there. And don't say, nah, God bless him or whatever. But this is the thing. I don't believe in mocking dead people. I don't believe in mocking the disabled, handicapped. I don't believe in mocking people who are sick. 'Cause let me tell you something. One thing I was told a long time ago by the old people is that you don't mock people like that, because you could end up that way, or your kids could end up that way. So be very careful. I was like, listen, I'm that kind of person is, some people say, oh yeah, you can sit in that wheelchair. Like it's just, I said, nah, I'm cool. I'm that kind of person, right? Because if you sit in a wheelchair, you're going to end up in one. I'm just that kind of person. I have that old school mentality, right? I'm uncle. Hey, what you expect? But what 50 was saying, man, I think that was going too far. I think it was going a little too far. And 50 got to understand, he got a sunset too, just like anybody else. And he have to understand that, okay, maybe he's healthy, but you know what? We've seen healthy people in a year all of a sudden get something and then they can go down too. If you remember actor Chadwick Boseman, the original Black Panther, right? From Marvel. And you look at Chadwick Boseman and like, oh man, okay, the brother looked healthy and all of that, but the brother ended up getting cancer. And he fought through it, he fought, but the brother ended up passing away. I mean, things could happen to people, unfortunately. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to be careful to know when to do. And then there's the thing, as a father, because he's a father, do you really want your children following those footsteps? You understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't want my kids following those footsteps, but maybe, everybody's different. But, Irv Gotti, over the years, he's had his beefs. Him and Ashanti wasn't in good graces at all. And she had made comments about, how they wasn't, in the best of terms before he passed away. But, she definitely, sent her condolences to him and the family. But it's crazy to hear Irv Gotti, pass away, man. Listen, black men, let me talk to you in particular, black men. Black men, we need to really, think about our health, take care of ourselves, because, things like high blood pressure, diabetes, and things like these are things that we can actually, a lot of times, reverse. You understand? A lot of times we got to, exercise, get in the gym, and things like that. Look, I'm working on myself like anybody else. You understand? Like I said, I lost some weight recently, and I'm happy about that. And I'm going to get to my certain goal I need to get to, because I don't want to be dealing with no issues, because I'm not the age of Gotti. I think he's 54, something like that, in his 50s. But you do something now so you won't get into those positions, right? And with diabetes, high blood pressure, things like that we're dealing with, a lot of stress that we're dealing with as black men. We need to take care of ourselves, man. Don't be drinking like that. Don't be smoking like that. I don't care if the vaping, just leave that mess alone, bro. Try to take care of ourselves as much as possible, because most doctors in the country say 90% of the diseases that a lot of Americans deal with is preventable. And, as black men, A lot of times we don't want to go to the doctor until something's wrong, man. We need to, every year, bro, we need to go get our physical done, get our labs ran. Hey, man, you're 45 or so, get your colonoscopy done. If you have that, history of, colon cancer, some of your family, maybe you need to get done a little earlier. Do what you got to do, man. Take care of yourself. Go to the dentist, man. If you need some therapy or something to deal with some past issues, deal with that, man. Don't have a bad, because you can have good physical health and have bad mental health, right? And we don't want you to have bad mental health, because when you talk about like getting involved with women, even if you are married, right, your wife or even your children, you need your mental health right just as much you need your physical health right. So brothers, get your mental health and your physical health right. And if the doctor telling you, hey, stop doing this, stop doing that, do what the doctor tell you to do, bro. Because I have an uncle right now who's fighting for his life, and it wouldn't have been in that position if the doctor said, I told him for years to stop doing certain things he was doing. He didn't want to listen. I never want to be that guy with the doctor tell me to do something. I'm like, nah, I'm going to do what I want to do. No, So brothers, prioritize your health. That's the best thing I can say with this Irv Gotti situation. Because too many brothers dying in their 50s, man. What is that? I remember my grandfathers didn't die until they like 80s and 90s.